got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. It's time to get lit, it's time to get fit. Let's meal prep and get it in, get it in. Transformation, freedom, and innermost heaven. Let's hit the gym and get fit, get fit.
Well, hello. It's me. It's Tina with Enriched by Tina. And I am here to give you Tina's tips and to help you get your life together. So there it is. I'm here. I'm going to talk to you, give you some good tips, give you some things to help enrich your life. I don't know who's on, but tell me hello. Say something in the comments so I can see who I'm talking to tonight. So here we are. And I'm trying to get my screen. I'm trying to get to my comments so I can see who you are if you make a comment. Well, hello. Welcome to Tina's Tips. So tonight we're going to talk about, are your dreams been stolen by procrastination? Now, y'all know for the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about procrastination and how those things and what that looks like and what it does. And so I want to break it down to you this week about what procrastination really is. What is it all about? How about that? What is procrastination all about? So I like to start with a quote from Edward Young, and he says, procrastination is the thief of time. And I want you to pause right there for a minute, because I want you to think about that when I ask, are your dreams being stolen by procrastination? And Edward Young just told us in his quote, procrastination is the thief of time. And you know, a lot of times people tell you time is money. So are your dreams being stolen by procrastination? So let's just dive right on in. What is procrastination? So procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something. So let's think about this. You got dreams, you got goals. Have you delayed them? Have you postponed doing something? And as we dive into this thief of time, as Edward Young has so graciously told us. Hey, Derek, how you doing? I want for you to ponder on that for a minute. Procrastination, the action of delaying or postponing something. What have you been? Hey, Sister Laura. Hey, Mama Laura, how you doing? We're talking about procrastination again. And are your dreams being stolen by procrastination? And I'll give you the definition again for those of you that just came in. Procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something. So I read a quote by Edward Young that said, procrastination is the thief of time. So that's why I wanted to find out, are your dreams being stolen by this procrastination? And so tonight I'm going to talk to you about 4 different types of procrastinators. And hopefully after this broadcast is done, you will think about these things as it relates to your dreams, whether you want to build a house or start a new career or whether you want to, your goals, whether you want to lose weight, or you want to do a better eating habit, or you want to start a business, or you want to just do something different. You want to plan a trip. I mean, for some people, a goal could be planning a trip, something that you've never done, going out of town, whatever you are aspiring to do, whatever you are trying to do. Find out, is you one of these types of procrastinators that we're going to talk about that's keeping you from getting to your goals and your dreams. So I read an article in the Business Insider, from an article from the Business Insider website. And there were 2 accountability coaches, and they said that there are 4 types of procrastinators. So the first type of procrastinator is the performer. Now, these individuals, they put a lot of pressure on themselves, and sometimes they're a little unrealistic about some things and expectations. And this is one of their famous quotes: I do well under pressure, or I do my best work last minute, which is a misconception. And I have to admit and be a little transparent here. That's me. That's me. That was me, because I'm learning and I'm getting out of the habit of doing something at the last minute. And they usually are perfectionists, meaning everything has to be right. So are you this type of procrastinator, that you're the performer, that you want to put all these expectations on you, that are unrealistic, that you're going to keep saying, oh, I do well under pressure. And then when you get all these things on your plate, you're overwhelmed. And then guess what? You don't do the task that you was trying to do. Yeah, you heard somebody said, yes, I believe you did. Someone say that before. Yes, you did. So then there's the self-depreciator. This person they're critical of themselves. They're always looking down on themselves. They really going to say something bad because they really want you to pump them up, and then turn around and give them a compliment. This person lacks, hey, kitten, with Cynthia, little kitten. I know everybody, that's her childhood name, and everybody had a nickname. So welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We're talking about this thief of time called procrastination. So this type of person, the self-predator, the one who is very critical, they do a lot of negative talk. They really look down on themselves. They really don't have the good self-esteem that they need. And they lack that confidence, but then they'll really want you to say, oh, you can do this. And they want that feedback. They're looking for that interaction. And that type of procrastinator doesn't do much either. They do a lot of talking and they downplay themselves. And then they want you to kind of pump them up a little bit. Are you that type of procrastinator? What's going on, Juanice? Good to see you here. The third type of procrastinator is the one that's the overbooker. They overdoing it. They doing too much. My husband has a friend that, he does a lot. He's all over the place. And so Daryl calls him doing too much. And sometimes you feel like you have so much going on, so then you ain't got nothing going on. So you're doing so much, you're always busy doing nothing, because you plan all these things, do all these things, and then you end up not doing nothing. So when you think about procrastination, this thief of time that keeps you from getting from your goals and your dreams, are your dreams being stolen by procrastination? And then the fourth kind is the novelty seeker. This person is easily distracted. They're all over the place. They are, like my Aunt Thea used to say, they are jack of all trades and a master of none. Hey, Big Daddy, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. So when you think about this, they don't ever finish anything. So you start something, you don't finish, then you still feeling some kind of way. So when you have these goals and these dreams, so why not just plan to do something? And you say, okay, we're here. Now what? Now you done told us, you done gave us the business. You done, most of us is in one of these categories when we're waiting around trying to figure out what we're going to do, what we're not going to do. We find ourselves in this type of category, which these are the type of procrastinators that help us, that keep us from getting to those dreams that God has designed for us to do. So what we have to do is we have to start making a decision and make a decision to do, I always say it, one thing, and do that. And y'all know I'm reading the book about Eat That Frog. And one of the main things they say is take the most difficult thing and do it first. But we know that procrastination, a lot of times we procrastinate because one, we don't want to do it. Two, we're afraid of failing. But the only way you fail is if you don't do anything. Because I feel like this, if you take the initiative to do something and it doesn't work out like you planned, then you look at it as a lesson learned and figure out what you need to do. So stop looking at, I didn't do this, or I didn't get this done, or I should have been married by 30 or 40 or 50, or I should have had the kids. Things happen in your life for a reason. And therefore, don't look at what you haven't done as a bad thing. Start looking at what you are doing and then go from there. Because when you find yourself in one of these four categories, whether you're the performer, you meaning you're going to do everything, you up under pressure, you're going to do it at the 9th hour. And y'all know me, those that know me, I am the queen of the 9th hour. I'll be transparent and I'll tell the truth. I have a group of friends, and those of you that listen on the replay that know me, I'll come up with you and I'll say, y'all, this is plan XX. So that means that everything else, we got to stop, drop, and roll. When I used to say that to my friends, they already knew plan double X meant that pastor then threw something on her and we got to stop, drop, and roll. So when you have been doing that for 20 plus years, it's hard to get out of a habit of doing too much and then sit down and making a plan. But I'm learning. I got a great teacher. He's teaching me how to get my whole life together over here, that I stop taking on too much. So I'm almost at the last of that window of where I took on too much. And that's like the overbooker. So I think I'm probably in all of them, except for I don't think I'm that self-critical. I've never been, I've been pretty much confident of myself. And I'm not one that want, but I am easily distracted, but I ain't trying to find something. Usually if I start something, I'm going to finish it. Even if it takes the last little breath, or if I got to sleep for the next 3 days, I'm going to stay up and get it done. So out of the four, I'll say I'm 2 of the 4. I am the performer because I work good under pressure. But I'm changing that because that really is not how you should show up. To be honest, because it shows, it doesn't, I mean, although I can get it done, I probably can get it done more efficiently if I take my time. And so because I've been able to do it and perform it and it comes through, then I have developed that habit of I'm going to wait till the last minute. And so I am learning to get out of that. So I used to be this performer and this overbooker, because I'll go from having nothing to having 75 things. Hey, Mother Bynum. And now I'm learning as I'm getting older, things are not moving like they used to. So I'm learning that I can't overbook. I can't do what I did in my 20s. And now that I'm building a business, I have to come and show up and be well versed, together, planned, and have everything falling in line. So when you find yourself procrastinating is one, a lot of times you're not prepared. That's just point blank. And I'm the queen. I used to be the queen of that. And I'm learning that as I am developing and as I'm building a business, that procrastination can and is the thief of time. That's one of the things that that's a quote from Edward Young. And when I thought about that and I read that today, I was thinking, and I kept pondering on it. Have we lost some dreams being stolen because we didn't do it? We waited to the last minute, or we're overbooked, or we're having self-doubt, self-pity, or we want to create the next big thing. And my husband had a cousin, and he's gone on to be with the Lord, and he would come with some get-rich scheme idea every other week. And I'm like, come on, at some point, you got to perfect one thing. And like I said, my Aunt Thea used to always say, don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Because that's what it was. He was a jack of all trades. He sold meat. He sold shoes. He sold machines. He sold vacuum. He was he sold socks. He sold everything that he could think of to try to get this get rich scheme. But guess what? He never mastered anything, because he was taken on. He was a dreamer, and it's nothing wrong with being a dreamer, but stay with the same dream, because sometimes you keep dreaming and you keep dreaming, you end up with a nightmare. So when you think about your dreams being stolen, think about procrastination and how the delay and how it keeps you from getting to your goals. Then you have to, hey, Dr. T, hey, Kabibi, how it keeps you from getting to your ultimate goal. Then you might want to rethink your beliefs about, I do my best work at the 9th hour, or I can take on everything. Because when you take on everything, you don't complete not one thing, because you get overwhelmed. And as life happens, you don't want to find yourself overwhelmed. So I just stopped by just to tell you this. And when you think about this, T.D. Jakes says it like this: procrastination is not a sin, but it's a weight. Responsibility is not a sin, it is a weight. So when you think about Hebrews 12:1, because I got to bring you a little word in here. When it says, lay aside every weight and sin that so easily besets us, meaning what's tripping you up. It may not necessarily be a sin, but it may be the weight that's tripping you up, that's not letting you come as your best self. So I want you to start thinking about these things. And next week, I'm going to give you some tips to how to come out of this procrastination. What are some things that you can do to reverse your thinking, to retrain your thinking about it? Because if you're going to make a decision to change your health, your lifestyle, your eating habits, or whether you're going to start exercising, or whether you're going to go ahead on and put in the application for this job, whether you even go look for a job, because sometimes people need to get a job, but they procrastinate on that. They're hiring everywhere, because everywhere need help, because don't nobody want to go to work. But what are you delaying when you think about that? Stop thinking about the big task at a whole and eat that frog. Start with the most difficult thing, and then work your way, and then break it down into some small steps. So we'll get more into that next week. I just wanted to find out, and I want you to think about this, and you can put it in the chat. And those of you that's looking at this on the replay, think about it. What are some dreams? Those of you that are live with me right now, put in the chat, what are some dreams that you have been procrastinating on? I want to interact with you a little bit before I let you go. I see that there's 7 of you right now watching. So somebody put in the chat, what's some dreams that you're waiting on that you haven't done? Now, when you at somebody's house, it's nice to come in and say something. I mean, you ain't on the screen. I'm not going to pull you in on the live. Say something. Tell me what's a dream that you have that you've been procrastinating on. All right. Thank you, Dr. T. You said travel. Okay. And I can understand about travel. Was that before COVID or after COVID? Okay. Finishing up. Okay. Getting back to, okay. All right. Getting your basement finished. Okay. Finishing some swim lessons. Now, two of those things. Oh, so that was even before COVID. Okay. Because I was going to say, I understand traveling now. Well, start making a little plan. Be strategic when you go, because we are still dealing with a virus. But I would say go be masked up, put all your cleaning supplies, and just go somewhere small. Go somewhere small. And Kabibi, those swimming lessons. I know with COVID, if that might be a little difficult because we don't know how this thing travels in water. All right, Dr. Bynum, getting back. All right. So then what are some steps that you can do? Okay, you can look at which way. Are you moving? Are you doing some exercises? Are you trying to cut up some eating habits? Do some different things to figure out that get you back to where you want to be. That's good. That's good. And finishing your basement. Yep. Go ahead on, then start making a plan. Okay, get your plan to figure out how. Now, okay, well, you can be a supermodel. Derek, who said you couldn't be? Then you start writing down those goals and then decide how you can tackle it one by one to get you to your ultimate goal. One is visiting family more. That might be, I understand, without going with COVID, but now that most of us are vaccinated and you've been kind of quarantined, you still can visit your family. Just be safe. Like I said, you can do your social distancing. You can put your mask on, but don't think about it as this. You can't. They are achievable. You just got to come up with your plan. Get your plan and start attacking it a little bit by little bit, and see how you can get your plan in motion. You don't put it out here in the atmosphere. Now we know what it is that you want to do. Now let's put some action to it. Start writing it down. Get you some small steps to get to the big goal. Because what we're not going to do anymore, we're not going to let this procrastination be still our dreams and our goals that we have for ourselves. So if you find yourself as being one of these type of procrastinators, where you're the performer who waits till the last minute, that was me. The self-predator, the one who's critical, who doesn't think that learn to play the bass will start. But you have started doing that, Mr. Blackman. Continue to practice on it. Now that that's something that you want to do, continue to do it. The third one is the overbooker, which that's me. And I'm slowing it down. I've had 5 people to tell me, and then the Holy Ghost had already been telling me, but you know how you want to override him. So I am learning to do that. And then the novelty seeker, stop being so easy to distracted. So for me, I had Clubhouse, another transparent moment. I had Clubhouse. I joined Clubhouse, and I had to take the Clubhouse notifications off. Why? Because I couldn't get my work done. You know, my 9 to 5, the one that paid the bills, I wasn't even hardly getting it done because guess what? I was watching and seeing there. And as they say, I was FOMO, fear of missing out. So I had to take the notification off. And then there's certain times that I go on there and I set a timer. So I go on there on those set times so I don't get easily distracted from that. So I know what gets me tripped up. You can take an inventory to find out what's been getting you tripped up. That's got you to keep you, as Edward Young says in his quote, procrastination is the thief of time. Let's stop getting our dreams and our goals stolen by this procrastination. So if you find yourself in here, do something about it. Don't just stay there and allow your dreams, your goals to be robbed. So I got this quote here, and I'm going to leave you with this right here. And I want to know what you're going to do. It says, I got it off a random Vibe website. They didn't say who was the exact author. But it says procrastination is the grave where opportunity is buried. Let's stop burying our opportunities to do what it is that we have been thinking, dreaming, wanting to do. Let's stop letting procrastination bury that dream in a grave, because we have a work to do, and God has placed us on this earth to do certain things. So let's get to it. Let's get busy. So what you gonna do about it? This has been Tina with Enriched by Tina, and I'm here to help you get your whole life together. So what are you gonna do about this procrastination? So as we do this transformation, as you get fit and getting your whole life together, so that's your mind, body, and soul. So today was more about your mind and your soul today. We didn't necessarily get into the physical piece, because guess what? If your mind ain't together, you're not going to get out there and walk. You're not going to go to the table and cut back. You're not going to do any of those things. So this piece of this segment of Tina's tips is getting that mind and your spirit being in alignment with what God has for you. So that's how we're getting your whole life together. We're getting you fit, which is freedom in the mind, your internal healing, so you can see your transformation. I'm going to give you a little music on the way out the door. And I thank you for tuning in with Enriched by Tina, as you just got enriched. So I'm going to give you some traveling music on your way out the door. And I'll see you on Friday for Fitness Friday, as we talk about the fourth benefit of walking.
Now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside.